The person that sent me this story called it Weird Sister Story. By the way, if you have a story that you'd like to share with our glitch community about glitches in the Matrix, dreams, aliens, cryptids, or the paranormal, you can send it to this email address. And remember, we believe you. Hi. I've been watching your stories on Instagram and TikTok lately and thought that I'd join in and share this little story of mine. Me and my sister have a 5-year age gap. When my sister was born, I became obsessed with her, as any 5-year-old would do with literally anything. When we brought her home from the hospital, I would always want to hold her and be in the same room as her in general. I was 5, so I still slept in the same room as my parents. Not just because I was a toddler, but also because my newborn baby sister also slept in their room, of course, so I just wanted to be close to her. One night, I was sleeping with my... Side note, I never liked babies. When I was younger, I never liked babies, and I remember I was so mad because I had a baby cousin that was born, and my best friend cousin at the time, who was only a year younger than me, we used to play all the time. And as soon as that new baby cousin was born, she just wanted to play with the baby. And I was like, oh, I just want to play with you. I was never into anybody else not into babies as a child, little girl. Okay, let's get back to the stories. One night I was sleeping with my parents, and it was maybe 2 to 3 a.m. I can't really remember. We were lined up, my dad on the left, my mom in the middle, and me on the right side, and my baby sister also on the right side of the bed in her crib, maybe 5 feet away. I have ADHD, so from a young age, I got easily overstimulated, so I had to sleep on the end so that I could breathe. And yes, this has relevance to the story. I remember waking up, at least I think I woke up, and the room was kind of in a mist of dust. It was almost like I was in an old black and white movie. I looked around and everything seemed normal. I looked over at my sister's crib, and that's what was off. A woman was standing over my baby sister, not making any noise, just staring. She was giving very The Ring type of woman, long black hair covering her face and a pale white nightgown. I was rightfully worried, and I tried to roll over to wake up my mom, but I was having sleep paralysis. My body wouldn't move. The woman stopped staring at my sister and turned her attention towards me. She looked at me for what felt like forever, and then she slowly looked down at my sister and picked her up. I really freaked out, but I still couldn't move or even make a noise. The woman just looked at my sister in her arms. I think she was rocking her. Okay, maybe we're a good, nice ghost. Then she looked back up at me and walked towards me, placing my little sister in my arms and patting her on the head. Then she looked at me and waved. I blinked and the woman was gone. The dust was also gone. It was back to a dark room with the moon slightly peeking through the blinds. I could move and speak again. I thought it was a bad nightmare, but I looked down and my baby sister was in my arms just like she was when the woman placed her down on me, and she was fast asleep. I was very tired, so I just went back to sleep. I made sure I had a good hold on her so she wouldn't fall, of course. And the next day, my mom yelled at me asking why I got my sister out of her crib in the middle of the night. I was too scared to tell her about the dream I had, so I just said that I got lonely and wanted to cuddle her. It's been a little over 12 years since then, and the only people I've ever told was my sister, when she was old enough to comprehend what I was talking about, and my aunt, who said it could have been an old family member coming to see my baby sister after she was born, which I consider to this day because the woman was so gentle with my sister, not malicious. I've never seen the woman in any other dreams, and I've yet to experience sleep paralysis again. It may seem unrealistic for me to remember such a dream at a young age, but this has really stuck with me. I always wonder why everything happened the way that it did. 12 years later, and me and my sister still have the best relationship. The end! First of all, of course it stuck with you because when you have very high emotions of something, the emotion makes it stick in your brain and in your body more. Second of all, I think it's crazy that she looked like the Ring lady, long black hair, white nightgown situation, but she actually wasn't scary. And because it does seem like she was a family member coming to see, an ancestor coming to see the baby after it was born. Not sure why they felt the need to pick the fucking baby up and put it on your chest so that you got in trouble. Maybe they felt that the baby needed to be held or something. I don't know, but you didn't say the baby was crying. If the baby had been crying and upset or sick or something, I could see why an ancestor or past relative would want to pick the baby up and give it to you so that you could help, or give it to mom or something like that. But if the baby was just sleeping, I don't know why the fucking ghost needed to pick it up, but whatever. Anyway, I think it's crazy that she looked like the Ring lady with the long black hair and the white nightgown, but she was actually not a mean, malicious entity. And we've actually talked about this in our community, and we think that the reason that so many spirits show up as woman, long black hair, white nightgown, is maybe the black hair and the white nightgown is the easiest to manifest, because it does take energy for them to physically manifest. So maybe that's the reason. But even if that's the reason, it's still fucking scary. I'm sorry. When you see a ghost with a long white nightgown and long fucking black hair, it's still scary. Did it feel scary? Because you didn't really say, like, when she was giving you the baby, did you feel like, oh, okay, she's giving me the baby and it's okay? Or did you feel like, oh my God, she's coming closer to me? Either way, definitely a relative. Great story. Thank you so much for sharing.